Hey, I wanted to give you all a tour since you watched us go from Rhode Island all the way down to Florida. It's just me living on the boat now. Who knows, that could change one day. But I'm anchored here in Clearwater Harbor. That's the downtown area. Concerts almost every night. It's pretty cool. But wanted to give you some data about the boat just so I don't forget later on in the video. But it's 43 feet long. I already knew that. It's 24 feet wide. It's supposed to be 56 foot tall mast, but I want to verify that myself before I go on a bridge that's 60 foot clearance. Until then, I'm assuming I'm 65 feet, which is probably not the case, but it's extra safe. And then I have 140 gallon fresh water. I have 105 gallons of diesel for the two engines and my generator. It's a 9.5 kilowatt generator. I have 1,350 watts of solar. It's never charging that much because, you know, they're on different sides, different banks. But I get up to 600 watts sometimes, so it charges the batteries rather quickly. And then, what else is there? I think that's it. So, yeah, come on, let's go see everything, and I'll catch you up later on things I missed. Here's the salon area. Big round table. Camera angle kind of makes it hard to see. It's also a huge round seating area, which makes it hard to lay down and relax anywhere. You can lay down there and pile pillows up to get a straight area so you're not like crooked. You can kind of lay back here, but again, you're crooked. Yeah, and you'll see outside there's only one straight sitting area in this whole place, and it's comfortable, but you can't lounge. Oh well. I know it's a small complaint. Here's a view of the whole salon just so you get an idea. There is my dinghy engine fuel tank full of electrons because it's electric. That was a bad joke. Sorry. You just have to live with it. Here's my nav station. DC side over here, AC side over here. This is what you can view the inverter with and the charger. So right now I have 111 watts solar coming in. I have a load of 113 watts of alternating current. There's my DC. Not a whole lot uses DC except for some charging, and then my fridge and freezer. That's the battery percentage, voltage of it, and then draw. It's pretty accurate. You can see it fluctuate even when the windmill's creating electricity. As for my working area, there's a stool there. I will eventually put my office chair here soon. And I know it's a mess, but I'll be cleaning it up. And here's the galley. So, 3-burner propane stove. It works really well. Obviously, you can run out of propane though, so I also have an induction cooktop. And that boils water super fast and rather efficiently. It's like 1,700 watts if you have it on full power, but it goes down like 500 watts if you just need it to simmer. So I can make that up in a couple hours of good sun. There's a sink over here. Here's my fridge. It's a mini fridge that runs on DC, but it's actually a bit bigger than you would expect. So I'm rather impressed with it. There's my propane oven. I haven't used it yet, but it does light. Little double sink there, drying rack. There's dishes there, a nice little drawer pull out. There's all kinds of dishes in here. This is the beauty of a sailboat. They use every little nook and cranny, that's for sure. On the port side, there's the tool area and all these nice, beautiful accordion doors. These are all my tools. The water tank behind there, it's 138 gallons. There's a sight tube on this side. There's no digital gauge. That's all my cleaning stuff, wax and all that good stuff. There's lube and anti-corrosion stuff back there. First aid stuff's all down there. Big tools here. Foul weather gear and life jackets are in there. And then down here is electricity to help do empty the black tank for the sewage. Under those floorboards are just the pipes and the bilge pump. Under these floorboards there is the house battery bank. and I believe it's 800 amp hours of power, but I am not positive. There's, I'll let you know in a little bit. There's the other two. Then here's the forward berth. It's a queen bed. It's a little dark, but that's only because the hatch cover is closed. It's actually nice and bright and airy because there's a vent there, a vent up here, a vent there. And then there's the forward shower. This one does not have a toilet in there, so it's actually pretty roomy. If you get in, you can actually stand all the way back here. You could maybe fit 2 people. It'd be a stretch, though. And then that's the shower head. Goes up there. And it takes a little while for the hot water to get back here, but it's pretty good hot water once it's hot from either the engine, or you can get hot water from AC, from shore power. That's about it. Or if I could run the generator, I can also make hot water that way. It takes about 30 minutes to get it warm enough for one person to take about a 3-minute shower. Of course, you don't want to waste water anyway. And then going aft on the starboard side, you have my head, and in here you have a nice electric toilet. It's an electric flush from fresh water out of the fresh water tank. Some eucalyptus to make it smell good. Friend gave me that. Plenty of light and ventilation as always. And then here's my berth. It's just another queen bed. They're all queen beds. The cool part about this one is you can flip it up and get access to the engine, which I'll show you in a second. Before I open the bed to show you the engine and everything, I wanted to show you how big these beds are. So I know the camera can make it weird sometimes, but it's actually a full-size queen. I bought a memory foam mattress cover, and I didn't have to trim it or anything. It's pretty awesome. And obviously back here you also have a closet. It's rather roomy. Fits all my nice Hawaiian shirts. And now you have access to the engine room. So here's the Beta Marine 38 horsepower engine. There's 2 of them, one here and then one on the other side. It's a 4-cylinder diesel. That's the sail drive, the white part. That's where it goes out of the transmission, goes down out of the boat, and goes back instead of a long shaft. So some people like them, some people don't. The shafts are a lot less things to go wrong, so that's what I would have liked. That's the fresh Watermaker RO unit. That's the pump for it. There's all the water lines for the whole distribution on this side. This electricity is going to need some work. I just need to trace and make sure everything's in use. That's the fresh water pump and a pressure tank for it, for the 138 gallons I have in my tank. This is all for the wind generator. It's a regulator, and then it can dump it if I'm making too much electricity. That's the controls for the Watermaker. And then here's the heart of the electrical system. It's a Victron Multiplus 2. It's a charger and inverter, so it can charge the batteries and make alternating current up to 3,000 watts. So it can power like my hot plate in the kitchen, in the galley, and all that kind of stuff. Can't do anything super crazy, but it works a heat gun pretty well. And then just past the inverter is the fire extinguisher, fuel water separator, and filter. And then you have the sea strainer. And that just takes all the big chunks like seaweed or whatever else you might suck up and keeps it from going into the engine. And then all the way back there is another hatch you can get in. And there's a lot of room to work back there. You're not limited in space. Where that blue muffler is that catches water and ejects it from the engine and muffles it all at the same time, that I can stand right next to it straight up and pop out. You'll see later. Here's the port side. This is my freezer. It doesn't freeze very well right now, but it can fridge. This is where you can empty the trash from the galley. I forgot to show you up there, but I'll circle it on the video. It's a cool little hole they cut, and it just goes down a little chute. There's dishes here, more dish drawers there. And forward of here is another queen berth. This is where my spinnaker is living for now. It's too big to go out in the hatches out front. New escape hatches, I will get those replaced soon. Those are just brake to escape. They're not openers. That way they can't get corroded. Another manual toilet. This is just like the shower on the starboard side, but it has a toilet. And that faucet reaches all the way over there too. More closets. More cabinetry. It's all very beautiful wood. Here's another manual toilet. Lots of windows and airflow. And then here's another queen berth. This is the fourth one. Just like mine, except on this closet, you have access to the fuel tank. And this is also where you can access the steering cables. I'll do another video later, but yeah, it's pretty cool. At least you can access everything. Alright, then you just take these stairs back up to the galley and the salon area. And here's the aft deck. Nice oval table, beautiful teak wood, round seating area, roundish seating area. Hey, you found it. The one square seating area. And actually, that's not true. I forgot to mention these, but the only problem is they're out in the sun. It's on either side. There's actually a hatch under here for the other berthing. But they're comfortable to lay out as long as you're good being in the sun. Here's why I think this is interesting. So it's great working here and relaxing, but as soon as you want to lay down covered, you know, if it's raining or you want to read a book out in the sun, you can do this, but you're cooking. Or you can try to straighten up, and then you have the risk of falling off. So you just have to work on your core. I guess that keeps you young. And then obviously you know the helm station. You've seen that in lots of videos. There's storage everywhere here. That's where the life rafts are. That's where there's all kinds of spare tools and the drogue. All kinds of extra lines. And access to AC power if the generator is on or if I'm using shore power. There we go. And hoses and all the other good stuff. Alright, I just wanted to show you the forward part of the boat. It's rather large. You can get down on these nets and relax. It actually has the perfect headrest. And it fits your neck and everything. It's rather large and cools you the entire time because you get a nice airflow from above and below. And you'll recognize the furler from the other videos. There's the anchor chain going down to a bridle. That way it takes stress off the anchor chain. Or anchor windlass. See how I can just move it? There's no weight on it at all. There's the windlass. This cable is for a storm sail, a tiny jib. There's the controls for the windlass. This is where the propane locker is. See, no smoking. There's lines down there. That's where all my fenders live. And that's the chain locker. And that is the bottom of the windlass with the electric motor. A little corroded. And there's a spare propane. Right now I have all the hatches forward open, that way it just gives nice airflow and keeps everything dry and smelling good inside. There's the big windows. It does a great job of letting all the solar heat in and warms it up during the winter, but man does it cook you during the summer.
Here are the solar panels on the starboard side. There's 3 of these. There's 2 on the other side. There's 2 of the large hard panels. They do the bulk of the electricity generation. Dinghy lives there. There's the little electric Spirit 1 Plus that almost goes as fast as you want it to go. There's my Starlink that's holding up the boat just because the bracket's so strong. That's my windmill. That windmill is a D400. That's a grill. The D400 will generate 400 watts in a nice strong breeze, and I've seen it do it. It's pretty impressive. And that is the other 2 soft panels, or, you know, flexible panels. And the only thing I don't like is they mounted it using foam, and they didn't seal the holes, so it's leaking through. So now I gotta repair some of that. You know, just add it to the list. I just wanted to give you an idea. This is the starboard side, so no generator below me. How big these hatches are in the back. So there is the Watermaker filters. There's the steering, autopilot arm. There's the control. It's Pro 500 Watermaker. There's the RO unit, back side of the sail drive, and there's the engine, and you already saw that electrical over there. But you can see how I have clear access, and I can squeeze down here and work on all these cables. It's amazing. Oh, and there's the controllers for the solar. There's 2 of them. I'll show you the starboard side where the generator is. Alright, and here's the port side. There's the Dyneema steering I made. There's all kinds of water and electrical that come through here. I'm going to do another video on the Dyneema later, but that's a hole I had to cut so I could get in and mount those turning blocks. There's the rest of the steering system. This is the old steering system. It was metal cables, and inside that black sleeve, they run all the way forward up to the helm, and it was rusted and corroded, so it was going to snap one day. This is the generator. There's the generator's exhaust. That's the exhaust for the engine. There is the port engine, sail drive, and then way up there, that gray tank right there, that's the hot water tank. It gets heated by those yellow and black pipes coming, or hoses coming out of the back of the heat exchanger on the diesel engine. Then there's 2 sea strainers, one for the diesel generator, one for the engine, and obviously their fuel and water separators and fuel filters. That's about it. There's one more sea strainer over there. That's for the seawater pump, so I can wash the deck down back here. Alright. That's this side. Unless you were on a monohull, it's really, really hard to appreciate how much room you have to work on this boat. Like, when I was on my little Fuji 32 working on the engine, I had to really do some acrobatics, and one time I actually fell kind of upside down in the bilge by the shaft, and I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to get out. But it took me a good 10 minutes, and I figured it out. That has not happened on this boat yet. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour. It's getting late, and I'm hungry, so it's time for me to go cook. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye. Oh, and don't forget to, let's see, I can get this right, like and subscribe. I think that's right. Now it's just me living on this sailboat. I totally got distracted by 2 pelicans flying by. Nope, there's the 3rd one.
It's time for a boat. Nope, not foe. It's four. We got four, like the letter four. Okay. Show you where we ate and slept. Welcome back. That's done. Welcome back. And there's a lot of more hidden things that you haven't, Hey, it's time for a boat tour this time. No. Okay, it's time for a boat. No. I just wanted to show you what I live and sleep on because it's a boat and it floats. Okay. This is hard. Okay.